Amid the India-Canada diplomatic standoff, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau doubles down on his earlier charge against India. Trudeau said that he doesn't want to fight with India right now. He, however, restated his claim that India was involved in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He, in fact, emphasized Canada's commitment to the rule of law and expressed a desire to collaborate with India to address the issue. Trudeau mentioned reaching out to the Indian government and international partners in order to investigate the matter seriously. He alleged that agents of the Indian government might be connected to the killing of Canadian citizen on Canadian soil. Now, Trudeau criticized India's response, citing the expulsion of Canadian diplomats and highlighted the concern to be raised globally. Now, India had in fact previously dismissed Trudeau's allegations as absurd and motivated.
Canada is a country that will always stand up for the rule of law, because if might starts to make right again, if bigger countries can violate international law without consequences, then the whole world gets more dangerous for everyone.
देखिए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ट्रूडो जो अभी बात कह रहे हैं वो एक तरह का, जैसे मानिए जो हालात उन्होंने खुद ही बिगाड़े हैं उसको कुछ संभालने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, बट फिर भी वो पूरा संभालने का प्रयास नहीं भी कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वो इंडिया को ब्लेम कर रहे हैं वियना कन्वेंशन की उल्लंघन के लिए। अब ये बात बताइए, सबसे पहला डिप्लोमेट किसने एक्सपेल किया? ये निज्जर की असैसिनेशन की बात हुई तो सबसे पहले तो कैनेडियन अथॉरिटीज़ ने इंडियन एक सीनियर डिप्लोमेट को एक्सपेल करा। अब डिप्लोमेसी का तो ये प्रिंसिपल है रेसिप्रोसिटी, ओके? तो जो आपने जब शुरू करा मामला, आपने ट्रिगर करा, तो ऑब्वियसली इंडिया विल रिटेलिएट बिकॉज डिप्लोमेसी का वो कायदा कानून है।
The Canadian Prime Minister is quite right that this is not the fight that they want. But at the same time, we should remember that in a manner of speaking, it is he who started the tension by saying in the House of Commons that he had evidence that Indian agents were involved in the killing of Nijjar. Now, regarding the expulsion of 41 actually Indian diplomats, because to get the story right, Canada expelled one Indian diplomat, and in a tit for tat, India expelled one Canadian diplomat, and thereafter, after some days, India said that there were too many Canadian diplomats in India as compared to the number of Indian diplomats in Canada, and that many Canadian diplomats were interfering in internal matters, and therefore there has to be parity, and therefore 41 diplomats had to leave.
My colleague Rishabh is joining me on the phone line at this point in time to give us details on this. Rishabh, Trudeau has said that he doesn't want to fight with India right now. Of course, he is in fact doubling down on his earlier charge against India and restated that India was involved in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and he's also made some more statements on this. Shed some light on what exactly is happening.
Well, it's been over 1.5 months since the diplomatic row between India and Canada has been there, and it has been worse every passing day. It started with an Indian diplomat being expelled on the charges of espionage and also being involved in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who India claims to be a terrorist, while Canada says he is a Canadian citizen and his killing on Canadian soil cannot be accepted. India retaliated with a diplomat's expulsion from here as well. Canada's state intelligence chief in India was expelled by India, saying that he is involved in espionage. And then the question of parity came in. India did not expel, but requested Canada to withdraw 41 of its diplomats, leaving the number only to 22 in Delhi and its other consulates in Chandigarh, Mumbai, as well as Bangalore. Now the point is, Canada, after all this, haven't received the support that it was looking ahead for from the G7 or even Five Eyes. for that matter. Even in the 2+2 dialogues that has just concluded here in national capital in New Delhi, the mention of Canada was not there in the joint statement, and that is something that has rattled Justin Trudeau, because it's not only international bodies or international players, but even the local polity, for that matter, has been cornering the Prime Minister of Canada within the Parliament, and especially after how the allegations were made. India has been very clear that we have never received any communication, formal communication, or for that matter, any proof from Canadian government for us to be able to join the investigation, and hence we cannot join something that we are not clear about. Remains to be seen how things unfold, but be it Melina Joly, the Foreign Minister of Canada.
All right, Rishabh, many thanks for joining us and giving us all the details there on the story.
Till date, Justin Trudeau only talks about credible allegations. He is not still presenting any evidence. Our ambassador there has categorically asked the Canadian government to present some evidence. Sanjay Verma, the ambassador, has categorically asked, why do you present evidence? But they don't have evidence. So they're just talking about allegation, and he keep on reiterating that under some political pressure because of his political convictions. But his relationship with India will only go further when he presents the credible evidence.